Thank you, Björn. Excellent stuff. And we're already back here in our Scanno studio with Taru From, Senior Consultant Accountant. Very much welcome. Good to see you. You have quite a broad and diverse career background. What is your current role now at Accountant?
Well, executive consulting.
What does it mean?
I was going to come to that. It means that I work with the leadership, with the culture, with the change programs, and also mentoring and coaching.
Which is good because it sounds a bit like a jack of all trades, and in this case, master of many, because you've got quite a diverse
background
and role anyway. So you still do a lot of different things, which I think intellectually is a very good.
Yeah, and I'm very happy and very grateful that I've been able to enhance the opportunity and work in different professional areas. I've been in internet area, digital, mobile, HR, communications, advertising. So seeing very many different kind of professional people to change the cultures and adapt to new things throughout the years.
And good for both sides of the brain as well.
Yeah.
Taru, HR and people management has always been said, also sort of very much in focus in your leadership roles.
Yes, indeed.
Why is that?
I have very in-depth insight on that. That if you have the culture and the values working, and people are motivated and have the enthusiasm, the great results will follow. So I don't want to follow so much of the money, but the culture and the motivation and the engagement of the people, because that truly gives the best results.
That's good. People business is people business. That's
in Finnish I tend to say that ihmisten aika ei ole ohi.
Yeah,
so
that's
the time for good people is not.
Hey Taru, before we let you lose your own sort of 12-minute presentation, so one last question. If I'm not mistaken, at least Nokia, your customers in those days, worked with remote teams around the clock already 20 years ago.
Yes.
And you saw that closely during your Satama times, of course.
Yes, indeed.
So, hence, remote working in such sort of is maybe not totally new, but it is new to the masses due to, of course, COVID and 2020. So, how do you see the current disruption?
I think there's exactly as you described this, that there's many companies and many business fields that already have been working remotely or disrupted in different parts of the world. We used to have 20 years ago. We had a team meetings every Tuesday 4 o'clock because then we could catch the Asia time and the United States time and then European time. But then I think still that's changing too. It's not going to be the same as it was, because now people aren't working in the office when they work in different time zones. They work at home or they work partly at the office.
So it is different?
Yeah, it will be different for everyone.
Yeah. Good or bad? Or just different?
Well, the best companies usually enhance the change and they will be even better than they were before.
And anyway, just shortly, it's sort of a sustainability thing as well. I mean, if you work from home, remote work, so it is from a sustainability point of view, it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yes, if you look the big picture, of course, because there's so much commuting, so people don't drive.
You don't waste time either.
You don't waste time either. Maybe you can get a better life balance at your home, and maybe you feel better. But
as we heard, that's a challenge as well.
Yeah, that's the challenge as well, because we do need each other to get inspired.
Good. Taru, it's all yours for the next 12 minutes.
Okay, thanks, Peter.
Yes, hyvä.
So, I believe in Finland 1 million Finns have worked remotely, and that reflects most likely the Nordic countries as well. And as HR professionals, I think we need to look even further and try to bring in in-depth insight that what would be the future of the work life and how it would be. But I think it's very obvious that the life and the work we have seen and how people go to the office every day, those days are done. So we don't go back to that anymore. And if you look as a change manager, if you look at that point of view, there's always the beliefs, there's the attitudes, there's the habits that we have. And finally, or even now, we can say that all the habits and the beliefs, they are now broken. So those are usually the most biggest obstacles to lead the change. And now I think we have the perfect opportunity as a lead and an HR to really look future and what it will be like. In the strategy process, we often looked at how would I organize this company if I would start it now? It would be the day one. Maybe that's a good thought to start the change process. That how would I organize our work and our tools, our teams, our culture, if this would be the day one? Because the disruption is there already, so it's helping and accelerating us to lead the change. I've been talking in the past 2 weeks with many of the leaders, many HR professionals, and it seems that some companies are still there in the position that we're hoping that this will come over soon and we go back to normal. And then on the other hand, there is this, as Peter and I already discussed, that there's companies that already have been remotely working or disrupted working in different time zones. And now it's time to look at what kind of future we will have. And then I think there are some companies who are already getting their things together and their pieces together, that we aim to stay in a hybrid way of working and how that will look like. But as always, I think we need to understand our vision, our strategy, and then clarify the best way of working, analyze, develop, and then lead. In Accountor, we just conducted now in August 2020 work-life study, and we have the privilege that we did this same study 2 years ago. And we asked the people about their emotions and motivations in work. And this was in Finnish work life, and about 2,000 respondents. And the change hasn't been so big because people said that the biggest change was that they were less stressed and less frustrated and maybe a little bit less hopeful, but still the enthusiasm, which is kind of the core item of the productive and contributing work, that's in same level. But then on the other hand, I talked with one of the HR leader in a professional service company, and they have been measuring every other month how people feel about working remotely, because everybody's working remotely in that company. And it has been changing, because in the spring people said that, okay, maybe 1 time at office and 4 days at home. Then it was after summer, it was like 2 days and 2 days. And now closer to Christmas time, it was like maybe 1 day at home and 4 days at office. So we need to follow this change, how it's going to affect us, what kind of emotions we have there, how the enthusiasm level will keep on in good level. But as I see, as already told you, that the people were mostly satisfied. So 76% in August 2020 said that they're very or extremely satisfied working at home. And it's very interesting to see. I'm very curious to see this, how this will change. So this should be conducted very soon again. But not only every other year. And to get really in-depth insight, we believe at Accountor that we need to look every week. We have this measurement process that weekly basis we can measure productivity, community, how communities work together, overall work satisfaction, work-life balance, how all the tools work, and how people get support from the team lead. And if you get that kind of a measurement weekly basis, it gives you opportunity to maybe attach to or address some of the problems that you may see there, or enhance and accelerate some of the things that are going well. And I'm even thinking that maybe if you adapt this kind of a measurement, you might even be able to predict the future, which would be really nice for the HR lead. The basis of the enthusiasm and direction, it's of course the kind of the root and core items for the outstanding customer experience, and of course for the company, the success and results. And in the weekly basis measurement, we actually measure all the employee experiences, my work, my tools, and so on. And in the looking at the enthusiasm, which is, I believe that the individual enthusiasm, I think that's really the core of everything, because in people business, the people are the core. And if you can keep up very high level of enthusiasm, and at the same time you have very clear the clarity of the your aim, your goals, your what's the meaning of the work, what you do. Adding those together, it says 54% contributors if you have those at the same time. If you have enthusiasm at home and you don't know what you're doing, but you spend your day very busy, of course, it doesn't lead to the very good results. Self-management and maintaining the high enthusiasm, I think that's really the key, and how to support that, how to lead the cultural change, and how to support the individual, but also the teams. And I think I have been thinking this past 2 weeks that what are the kind of the core items that we can rely on also, not only to build them now from the scratch. And of course the follow-up, how should we measure? But also looking at our cultural background. And if we look at the Nordic countries, I just read through the United Nations is conducting this happy work-life survey every other year. And Nordic countries are always on the top of how happy people are and work. And there's a couple of items that what we have in our cultural background is that we have the kind of a more community looking at things, not so how well I will perform, but how the team will perform together. And we have the kind of a natural sense of observing how our partner, how our teammate, how our colleague, or even our lead, how they are doing, and trying to support everybody to success. And also we have this fika, so-called fika. It was in English survey, it was called fika, so the coffee break. And maybe we need to come up with the new ways of inventing the coffee break. What would be the coffee break? Is it the running group, or just the talking, chatting group, or what kind of points we can do in the work life today? And I think we need to reinvent the fika for sure. And we have if we look at the studies, we have the independency, self-esteem, self-management. It's already there. So maybe this is really the time for Nordic country to accelerate our knowledge and our skills and take the part in the world. In high-performing teams, you avoid certain things and you create the certain things. You can come back to this, but I think the less politics in the working life, I think that's already there. I think many of the things that you should create actually comes naturally in this kind of a new, diverse, scattered and diverse working environment that we are living now. But what we see in the future, we will talk about this a little bit more. But now I think it's time of your life for HR lead to look at what would be the best way of working for your company. We in Accountor, we are already looking at very many projects that there's the cultural change, there's the leadership change. We have a lot of tools to use, and we have excellent cases already behind us. And I think we will see these more and more in the near future. What is your leadership framework? I have a couple of examples that just picked out in the past 2 weeks. ISS facility service company, Sari Suono-Raasehon, she just posted last Wednesday this personal posting in LinkedIn, and in one posting she had clear objectives, challenge of childers, cultural transformation, working together, enhancing the digital tools, and transparent tracking, everything in one, only in one posting. So they're probably doing excellent work, and good luck, and I will follow you at how it's going to be. But in exceptional cooperation between business units and people and cultural team was the main point here. Then there was an advertising agency, Passion for Creativity. They know that the creative people, they don't want to work alone so much, so they have created a new, just launched a new office space because they want to create people to come there, and they don't feel that they can even recruit people if they don't, the right people if they don't have a nice office space. And then just a week ago we had a President Joe Biden. We are one team. I think he really pressures the cultural change, the obligation, the personal obligation, and if you don't agree and you don't engage, I will fire you on the spot. I think this was really remarkable change in 15 minutes. If you're interested to hear more, we have a Sari here, so please contact us. And you can still, I think there's still room in our brainstorming section, so you can still go in there. There's Markku and Leena. They're waiting for you and assist you and facilitate the workshop session. And I think we all create the growth, and I hope you will have perfect future in front of you. Thank you very much.
And Taru From, I'll join you here because we'll have a break soon. But anyway, hey, thank you very much for your excellent presentation.
Oh, thank you.
And on that note, so the times are changing.
Yes.
You can see it now because of so many things. So the thing is, as you mentioned, we haven't done it yet, now it's about time because we are really sort of moving forwards now in a rapid pace.
Exactly. I think it has been change process also for LEAD because first you just bear with all the changes that are coming, and then you start to adopt bit by bit, step by step. And I think we are ready now to really look forward and do the change and dig deeper that what is the best way of working for our company and our business, and what is there some new business opportunities that we can see now.
And of course it's interesting, a lot of opportunities, scary for some perhaps, but we have a lot of agent of change. We have on the political scene, first and foremost, in a way, of course, what's happening in America, affects the whole world. New
At least emotionally.
And I guess new opportunities as well, new forms of cooperation and everything. We have the fourth industrial revolution, the digital technological revolution. We have, of course, COVID that changed rapidly things that would have taken a decade perhaps to change otherwise.
And I'd like to take a note of that. You said that there's the digital change. And I think this COVID time has brought very visible that digital is not the core, it's the people and it's the emotions. And I think we've it stopped us to realize that we need to look at the emotions and persons.
And I think it's great to end on this note. I mean, people, business, we say that's business. People, at the center of things anyway. And technology is only a tool for us. So that's
very much.
Nothing sort of in itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have a 15-minute, earned break. We've had a great start to the morning here. So 15-minute break. Check our partner lounges and maintain networking. Taru, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.